Hello, everyone, and welcome to A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. You can find me on various places. You can find me on Facebook, which is Gail Moffat, International British Medium and Teacher. You can find me on my website, which is, look at me, I'm trying to remember all the names, gailmoffat.com. And you can also find me on my YouTube channel, which is Gail Moffat, alongside Moonstruck TV. So, welcome to the show. I feel we have an interesting show tonight. And one of the things that I wanted to really talk about, which I think is probably the crux of life itself and what is important about life, is the importance of peace. Now, we've just heard on Sunday it's been in North America, I'm assuming in Australia as well, and we've had it in the UK as well, which is Armistice Day, which is remembering all our soldiers that have fallen. And, it's important that we don't forget what's happened in the world, because history can help us in how we conduct ourselves and how we move forward. If only we could reflect back on the past and make our decisions more wisely. And I know that I feel that the spirit world wish to talk about peace and the importance of peace. But I'm getting one of my guides that are wanting to step forward. And this is St. John the Baptist. He's coming forward. And I do like St. John the Baptist. He's good fun. He's nice. And he wants to say, of course, peace is important, but actually it's love that's even more important. Because if we don't have love in our hearts, how can we have the peace? If we peel back the layers of the onion and go right back to the sort of the core of the matter, then it's about love, to have love in our hearts, and to be, and also he's talking about our spirit. Now, as you know, I'm sure all our listeners know this, that first and foremost, we're all spirit. We're spirit people. And it's the spirit that needs to understand the peace and the love, because the human being will follow after. Because it's the spirit, it's like the engine, it's like the organizer of our human soul. It takes us, it moves us, and it helps us feel on a deeper level than perhaps we can possibly do with our own conscious mind, which is part of the human mind. So it all sounds very complicated, doesn't it? But hang on in there, because I know this is important. So in other words, I'm sure that some of you who are listening will have felt just that real gut instinct, that real feeling within inside them, that's deep inside them, that they just know that this is the way forward, the best way forward. And I feel that now that can be two parts, that can be two places where we can access that from. Either we get that from the spirit world around us that are enabling us to feel and sense that, or it's our own spirit, because our own spirit does talk to us, and our own spirit is far wiser than anything that we know about our own body or our own life, because this life that we live in is just a small part of who we are. And we are, in a way, what is a shame about our lives is we are led by society's rules. Society sort of dictates who we are, how we are, and how to behave. But the spirit world have very different views on how we should be, because they see more of a bigger picture, have a greater understanding of life itself. And I know that if we can take the time in our lives to not only reflect, but also go within ourselves, feel within ourselves and understand who we are, then we will have a far better chance of actually being true to our own spirit, or being true to the spirit world. And so I think that, peace comes from within. Peace comes from the soul, comes from the spirit. And of course, the spirit world want us to have peace. And so they will always assist us in that matter. And so there's my talk for today. But we have some callers waiting to speak to me. And I know that this is going to be good for me to pronounce that. Juanita in Toledo, Ohio. Are you there, Juanita? I think we're just waiting for Juanita to come forward. Juanita, are you there? Okay. So whilst we're waiting for Juanita to connect, I'll just carry on talking. I think I've just been told Juanita's there. Are you there, Juanita?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. How are you this evening?
I'm good.
Good. Have I spoken to you before?
Probably. I called. I can't even count how many times.
You're a regular, aren't you? Oh, we do like our regulars.
I've probably called for maybe like 4 or 5 years.
Oh, right. Okay. So that, well, that's good. That's good that you're still with us and enjoying the show. So.
Oh, yes, I love it.
Oh, good. So how can I help you? I am a medium. And I'm also a psychic. So what that means is I can either look at aspects of your life, or I can look into the spirit world and communicate with somebody that you've loved and lost. Well, you haven't lost them, but they're still here, but not with the body.
Well, I kind of want to know what's going to happen in my love life. There is someone, but I'm not really sure what to make of it.
Oh, right. Okay. Do you know, I love your name, Juanita.
Oh, thank you.
It is so beautiful. I've never heard of that name. So that's why I found it slightly difficult to pronounce it. But it's gorgeous.
I'm named after my great-grandmother.
Are you? Okay. So isn't that nice? I bet she's very proud of the fact that you have her name. And she would be.
Well,
if
at
she's
first
in the
she wasn't, because my mom's name is also Juanita too.
Oh, right. So there's a string of Juanitas.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So let's have a look at your love life now. Okay. So would I be right in saying that this person is around you rather than in a relationship with? Would you understand that?
You said they're around me?
Yeah. So are you in a relationship with this person?
Yes.
Okay. Right. Now, when I look at this situation, I feel that would you understand that sometimes he perhaps gives you some mixed messages?
Yes.
And sometimes he can be quite loving and sort of all over you, in a polite way. And it's a family show. But sometimes he can be a little bit distant and not really receptive to you in the way that you would like. Would that make sense to you?
Yes.
And he can be a little bit gruff, or that can be a little bit moody at times.
Yeah.
And I know that you've approached him on this matter, sort of like, is there something wrong? What's going on? You're this, you're that. And I feel that you've tried to sort of open up a dialogue with him. But I get the feeling that he is not receptive to being challenged on his behavior. Would that make sense to you?
Yes.
And I feel that, in the beginning, when you were first together, I feel that the relationship was actually quite exciting, because he offered quite a lot of excitement to your life. Because I feel like he's always like wanting to up for doing things and exciting. And would you understand that?
Yes.
But that doesn't seem to be there anymore in the same way that it was.
Correct.
Would you understand that?
Yes.
And I feel also, my guide is saying to me that you actually have reservations if this is the right relationship for you.
Yes.
And that you've been having doubts about moving forward with this relationship.
I have.
And when he gets a little bit moody, has there ever been a time when he perhaps has been a little bit physical with you?
No.
Not even once?
No. Unless there's another guy.
No.
Sounds like my ex.
Right. Okay. Right. Because I know, I was just about to go there with that, because I know that there has been, you have experienced violence in your life.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? And although your current boyfriend, he's not violent, but he has quite, because of his moods, it can sometimes make you feel, it affects you on a deeper level. Would you understand that?
Yeah.
And what my guide is saying is that you have your free will in this. This scenario is not set in stone, but you do have your free will. And I'm getting that you, if this relationship were to finish, I feel that it's more likely that it's going to be you that walks out on it than him. Okay. Anyway, so thank you very much for calling in. I hope that helps. Now, I believe we have Bree in Brisbane. Hello, Bree. Are you there?
Hello. Hi.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. And you must be coming into the warmer weather there.
Yes, definitely.
Because it's getting colder here. So how can I help you? I'm a medium, and I'm also a psychic, so I can look at aspects of your life, but I can also connect to a loved one in the spirit world.
Well, I was just wondering if you could maybe connect with my friend who's passed away.
Your friend, okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a name for your friend so I can just
Brody?
sort of ask my guide to... Pardon?
Brody?
Bridie.
Brody, yeah.
Bridie. Okay, let's see. Is Bridie male or female?
Male.
Good. I'm glad you said that, because I've got a young man standing by the side of me.
Yeah.
Right. As he's looking at me, he's extremely emotional, and I feel that there are tears coming down his face. And he's extremely sad about what has happened in his life, because he didn't expect to go to the spirit world in the way that it happened. Would you understand that?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
And he says that it's like, I feel like I've got lots of plans with my life. I want to do this, I want to do that. And I feel like it's almost like I get a hand just plucks him away from life. I feel like it's quite sudden. Would you understand that?
Yep. Yep.
And he's taking some blame himself. Would you understand that too?
Yeah.
Because I feel I don't feel this is a suicide, but I feel that some of his actions caused him to pass.
Yeah. It was a suicide, but it didn't seem like he meant to do it.
Right, okay, so that's where he's going with this, because I feel like he's taking blame for this, but he's not... I feel like he's taking blame for it, but he didn't expect it to happen. That's the feeling I get. And I feel that he had spoken to people about his feelings and his emotions. Would you understand that?
Yes, I think so, yeah.
And I feel like he was searching and looking for help, but he wasn't getting it in the way that he wanted. He says that you were kind to him at times. Would you understand that?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
He enjoyed talking to you. Because I feel that you had a lot of compassion for his circumstances and his situation.
Yep.
And I feel that I get the feeling that there is some sort of love from him to you. Would you understand that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I do. I feel like I feel like I want to be. I'd like to be romantically involved with you.
Okay.
Would you understand that?
In a way, yeah. Yeah.
But it sort of feels like with him that he didn't have the opportunity to take it that way.
Yeah.
It just didn't happen for him.
Yeah. That's definitely right. Yeah.
But I also feel that he's saying that on the one hand, but then he's then going on to saying he saw you like a sister. Would you understand that?
Yeah, I do understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
He's saying to me that you meant everything to him. You really he really loved you. He loved you. And he's really wanting to press that idea home to you, how much he loved you.
Oh,
And
that's so sweet.
he says that he's sorry that you, he's really sorry that you have found it difficult since his passing.
Yeah.
And you've questioned in your mind, is there something that you could have done to help? And
yeah, all the time.
Yeah, and he says that it's plagued your mind with worry about, you know, how you could have averted this terrible thing that's happened. And he says that he doesn't want you to think that way because you did everything for him in your life. There wasn't anything that you didn't do. He's drawing my attention. He's drawing my attention to parents, because I get the feeling that you, either he knew your parents or you knew his parents, or you knew each other on a deeper level. Does that make sense to you? If it doesn't, he's drawing my attention to parents. Because he's drawing my attention to parents. He's drawing my attention to parents. Now, I'm just asking him what he wants. So he's drawing my attention to... right, I feel like he wants to go firstly to your parents.
Okay.
And I feel that they offered you support at the time when he passed.
No, they didn't actually. Not really, no.
Okay.
Yeah, well, the opposite.
Okay, well, I knew there was something about the parents because he's raising it, and it's about support. So I've just got it the wrong way round, and that sometimes happens with mediums. But I just know that there is an issue with support with your parents, and he's saying that he wishes that they'd been more supportive to you.
Yeah.
Because he always wanted what was right for you.
Yeah.
And did you have... he's showing me you with a small bunch of flowers, and you're laying them down somewhere. I don't know whether this was at the funeral or afterwards, where he's buried or cremated or whatever, but I know that there's a small bunch of flowers that you took. Would you and they look quite they're quite, that he's showing them to me that they look like just a small one, not a massive big one. They almost look like they've been picked out of the garden, or they don't look like they're from a florist in the same way. Would you understand that?
Yeah. In a way, yes. I always like collect flowers and everything like that and dry them up and put them next to his frame of a photo of him.
Okay. Yeah. Because he's telling me that they're not from a florist, that they're, and he's showing that to me.
Yeah.
He says that he wants you to not beat yourself up over this anymore. He wants you to be happier in your life.
Yeah.
And he says that he says that he's going to be with you in your life, helping and supporting you as well.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Because he says that the bond of love can't be broken, and he says that he loves you. It's very strong.
Yeah,
with
I love him too.
you.
Yeah,
very, very strong with his love for you. Right, Right. Well, sadly, we've come to the end of the show. But thank you, Bree, for calling in.
Thank you so much.
And I hope that's helped. And I'm sorry that you had to have that loss. But thank you very much. So,
Okay,
everyone, you can find me on Facebook, Gail Moffat, International British Medium and Teacher. You can find me on my website, which is gailmoffat.com. And you can also, if you're interested in some of the philosophy that I spoke at the beginning, you can see more of that on my YouTube channel, which is Gail Moffat.